what's your advice to someone who knows someone who went through this and they don't know what to do for that person?
There is no advice. The thing is, every person copes differently.
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of people are afraid to ask, how can I help you? Like, what do you need me to do? And a lot of people are like, I don't want to ask that because you're already going through a lot. And it's like, you can't even imagine, like, some days I just didn't want to fucking make food. Like, and the fact that if somebody came over and was like, hey, you want a lasagna? Or hey, you want this? Like, almost like you lost a loved one. You know how people bring, them plates of food and stuff like that?
So there's some days like, it would have been cool if someone just cooked for you.
Yeah, like, it's okay to ask what people need. And if you can't do it, if you can't handle that, task or that mental capacity, like, that's okay. And people are so afraid of, like, saying the wrong thing or not being enough. And in the end, they just end up not doing anything, and that hurts more. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my best advice to anyone,
just
whether it's like
ask
grief,
the person what you can do.
Yeah, whether it's grief or, somebody going through a hard time or that's lost a lot of things, like, just ask them what you can do. That's the only advice that I would ever give.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, I can't.
I wish I had, like, all the perfect answers, but really, like, everyone's different.
I think that's a great answer, though, because I think that a lot of people don't do that enough, and I can probably contest that, too, as someone who, like, always tries to fix the situation. I got to do a much better job of just asking them what they need or, like, what they want. I always kind of just think that I can fix it and that I have the magical solution. And sometimes, like you said, it's just really just as simple as just asking that person, how can you help them? And the answer could be something as silly as just cook me food. Like,
yeah.
And not silly, but like as little as just like cook me food.
Yeah.
And I can fuck with that. Like that would be, I can like, I would come over and just cook you food. Like that's cool. Like
and it's not
I can get that.
Like for me, and a lot of people aren't me, obviously, but, like, let's say, for instance, I knew you during the time and you came up and you're like, what can I do for you? Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to, like, sit down, have wine, paint nails with me. Like, that's not who you are, but I would ask you to cook me food because I know that that's who you, like, I know who you are as a person, so I'm going to ask what I need and what I know you can do
based on what that
for
person
me.
can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's just me, but I think that's the best advice that I can give anyone is, like, just go for it.